Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Marilyn here, and I hope that all of you are safe and well in these hard times. I have a video tutorial, a page with multiple photos, something that you asked me, and I will do this today. But first, let me show you the vintage artistry collections. This is so beautiful. Love the sage colors and the softness. I select this paper that is the delicate paper from the Sage collections, but I want to show you the Sage stitches frame that I am also going to use. But first, let me prepare the paper, and I need to primer. And I apply clear gesso with a spatula, and I put the thin coat of the clear gesso over all the paper. Now I'm going to let it dry, and meanwhile I will work with the stitches frame. And this is the big photo that I have, and I need a mat for this photo because I'm going to adhere the frame to the border of the mat. Once I cut the mat, I will add now a little of liquid glue to the borders, and I'm going to adhere the frame. But check here the frame, how awesome it is with all the stitches. It had zigzags, many stitches, different. I love it. And now I'm going to adhere it, and with one frame I will put it into in the other two photos. And you can see here how everything looks so far, what I did with the frames. Now I cut off the border of the paper, but check, it has the other side has a lace, so I will save this for a future project. Now I have the big photo and the two smaller, and these are the laser cuts. This collection has 2 pages of laser cuts, and I already take some of the laser cut, like this one, that for me it looks like a seam binding with stitches. I'm not sure. Oh, the frame is still wet. I put some pins to secure the frames to the photo, and now I have another one of the seam binding of the laser cut, because I'm not sure if they are seam binding, but I call it that way. And some of the other laser pieces here, and I have these leaves that I love. I am trying, I don't know, after being at home, after I have been in home almost more than 1 month, I think so I need to create something that gives me peace, and with love of leaves, something with, like the photo, with a lot of nature. So I am trying to bring this in this page. And for the bottom part here of my page, I cut one of the seam binding strip by half, and I am creating here on the bottom part a design. And basically, this is my base for my page. And I take a pencil now. I am tracing around all these things. Here is the stamp, one of the new of stamps from 49 American, and I'm going to use some of the stamps like the numbers and the butterfly with Versamark. Now I'm using my anti-static powder to apply in the areas that I'm going to stamp, because I'm going to use embossing powder. And I am following all the pencil lines that I have on the background, so I am stamping around all this area. And now I'm going to use embossing powder. This is in white color, and apply over here. But let me remove all this. Give me one moment, and I'm going to remove everything. And now I am eliminate the excess of the powder, and I continue stamping and adding more embossing. And you can see here how lovely it looks when I with the heel tooth that I melt all the embossing powder, and you can see here the design. And to show you what I'm doing, I place the photo and the other, and you can see that I am like I frame all this with the stamping and the embossing. And now I'm going to use these lips, and I'm going to stamp in here between you see the pencil marks, because they are where I'm going to put the lines of the seam binding, how I call it. And I am stamping between all these lines with the same stamp. And I will continue doing this around all the pencil marks that I make on the paper. Here you can see all the stamping in the areas that I added, because when I start to place everything, you will see. And this is the embossing powder by Blue Fern Studio, and the color is Snow. Now I'm going to add more texture, and I already paint a piece of cheesecloth in a green color, and I am just putting on the background in the areas that I'm going want to add all the flowers later. And look, the beautiful lace by 49 American. I just need pieces of this lace, because in that way I can create more layers and textures using different elements like the lace, the cheesecloth, and I put it behind the seam bindings. And I'm going to add a tiny piece of lace here. And to give a more vintage look to the page, I decided to distress ink all the borders of the laser cuts using vintage photo. These are the beautiful flowers that I'm going to use. Look how gorgeous they are. They are vines. And now I will continue here adding all. You can, for the full list of supplies, please check the blog. I will let you the link in the description box, and where you can find all the supplies, the names, etc. Now I will continue building my composition here with all the different elements. Okay, now it's time to adhere everything. I will do carefully. I'm going to start with the strips here that I already adhered 3D foam tape, but to secure everything I will add more glue. And I'm going now to adhere everything. Okay, everything is adhered now. You can see here. Now I'm going to add color with the distress ink. I'm using this color that is Sage, and I'm using this brush to apply the ink over around all the area here that has the stamp work. And you can see when I apply the ink how I highlight all the texture of the embossing powder, the stamp work on the background. That was the reason that I apply around all the lines, because I want to enhance all these white area with the ink. And I will continue inking here and there. I will add many layers. And if you want a strong color, you can use I'm using distress ink that this one give you a little of color, but it's not the same that a regular ink like the distress oxide ink. And you can see here how everything looks so far. Look how awesome looks the butterfly, and look everything here. You see the leaves, all the things, the butterflies, the number. I can highlight everything now after I inking. And here I add a piece of lace, this one, and the other one I move it to the top, because in that way I can show you. And look what I did behind the leaves. I put 3D fountains small to give more dimension and depth on my work. And here are some of the butterflies, and these from the laser cuts that I'm going to add here and there on my page. And the big butterfly, I think that it goes here in this corner. And now the circular, this one, it looks like buttons, but it looks like a metal button, something like that. And I'm going to add here and there on my page. And for my title, I use the Cherish word from one of the chipboards, and I'm going to use the Versamark with the same embossing powder, that is the snow color, to apply to the word Cherish. Now I check the excess and I melt the embossing powder with the heat tool. Now I'm going to add a little of liquid glue and adhere it to the page here on the bottom of the frame. Now the title is ready, and look how everything looks so far. Now look, these tiny flowers that I will add at the end, and I also add some leaves here, and I have this one for here and here. I am planning to add it in this corner, not sure yet, but now I'm going to add some wishing bubbles in sage color or green color, and I am adding here and there on my page. Okay, now I'm going to add more textures. I'm using the micro beads with gel medium, and I'm going to add here these micro beads on the background in the area that I add the ink, the sage ink. And I will add layers of these micro beads, and I wish that you can see on person, because it has like a sparkle, this glitz. These micro beads look so pretty, and I will show you at the end. And I will add these around all the area here. I add some pearls now, And now I'm adding over the flowers, the leaves, and over the fabric some earthstone with gel medium. I apply the earthstone with the paintbrush, creating different layers of different elements. In that way I can create depth and more textures and dimensions on my project. Okay, now I cover my photos, and I am giving white paint splatters over all the work. And now I'm adding a vintage photo ink splatter, because this is ink, and this is the final result. You can see here all the dimensions that this project has. Look how lovely all the micro beads give this light on the background. I just love the mix of the vintage embellishment with the glitter of the micro beads. It's like a balance between one thing and the other. And it looks the tiny flowers that I add at the end. And here are some photos that you can see. Well, my friends, I hope that you enjoy this video tutorial. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I see you soon with other video tutorial. Nos vemos, bye bye, and please take care and be safe. Bye.